Here's my audience.
Hello.
Let's imagine that the first thing that you have to worry about isn't paying your bills. What would you do? What would you do with your time? Would you take that free time and work on your hobbies? Could you take care of a family member full time? Would you work the same amount and move to a new neighborhood? The possibilities are endless. Let's think about what we expect to get from the society that we live in. We're working together to build a future. We're taking care of each other with kindness and compassion, and we're helping our most vulnerable. We'd also like to be able to pursue the things that make us happy and fulfilled. Those first two concepts are not exactly synonymous with the U.S. government, but they could be, which is why I'd like to talk about UBI, what that means, who it's for, and how can it help you. So universal basic income, what is it? UBI stands for Universal Basic Income. It is a universally paid to everyone regardless of status. Basic, it is an amount that would be considered sufficient for living costs. Income, it would be a periodic recurring payment, and it could vary based on location. So sources debate the amount of money that would be given out, but the average suggestion is between $1,000 and $2,000 a month. According to Ali Kelly and Business Insider 2024, more than 100 municipalities have tried the GBI model since 2019, offering low-income participants between $50 and $2,000 a month with no strings attached for a set time period. So what that means is that universal basic income is already being enacted in other places. Places are trying it out and seeing how it feels, and it is possible to adopt it through local and federal legislation. Now, why UBI? Okay, so most of us already pay taxes. That's just kind of something that everybody is already involved in doing. Taxes are a part of our society, and taxes are what keeps our infrastructure going. Taxes provide services for people. We already provide services like Medicaid. We already provide services like Medicare. We provide daycare services and elder care and things like that. So when you think of universal basic income, it could just be considered another one of those services where we're taking care of our people with our tax money. Also, our government works for us. This is something that we don't necessarily consider most of the time, but our government are public servants and they do work for us. We don't work for them. So when we're thinking about that in terms of UBI, we should tell them what we want to see in terms of change and in terms of the programs and services that you want to see in your area. Everyone deserves a chance to live better, regardless of current status. All the way up from people who already have the means to people who maybe don't. Universal basic income is for everyone. Universal basic income is something that can serve everyone regardless of creed, color, or financial status. Studies show positive results. In a Rebecca Hasdell Stanford Basic Income Lab Report 2020, there is good evidence to demonstrate that an injection of cash increases household expenditures. Results are positive for food expenditure in all country contexts and the purchase of and ownership of assets such as livestock in low and middle income countries. Which means that they're seeing a positive uptick in the economy. So when they're giving out this universal basic income, they are seeing people spend it on stuff like livestock. They're seeing people spend it on things that further the community and that enrich the economy. And she goes on to say, the evidence from diverse interventions in low, middle, and high income contexts indicate minimum impact on aggregate measures of labor market participation, and some studies reporting an increase in work participation. When reductions do occur, time is channeled into other valued activities such as caregiving. So in that regard, that means that people, when given this additional income, they don't stop working. They don't stop doing the things that contribute to our society. What they do is they take that money and time, and maybe they assist another our family member, or if they do take some time off from work, they're doing something beneficial. They're not just laying around collecting $2,000. And like we said, it can free up time. It can stimulate the economy. And we've been trying to do this for a very long time. We have been trying to enact universal basic income and other programs, other social programs we've been trying to enact for a very long time. Other people might say, there's not enough money to eliminate poverty. There's a high financial cost, and that people want to work. As Rachel Minogue states in Third Way's 2018 article, a UBI reality would likely fall far short of eliminating poverty while imposing large economic costs and ignoring future opportunities for work. It also ignores that American life is rooted in a civic tradition of earning. So what she's saying is that people would stop working and they would just collect their money, and that maybe it wouldn't be enough to end poverty. But to that I say, we can only hope to eliminate poverty one day. This aims to assist you. This aims to give you the basic needs that you need to maybe pay your lights, pay your gas, do the things that we hope to do as a society. And then from there forward, if you want to better your life, then you're more than welcome to do that. We already spend money in healthcare, imprisonment, and other ways that poverty affects us. People can always work, and we'd be happier to do so knowing they have a little flexibility and that they aren't being forced to work jobs just for the money. It's always nice to see a doctor that does it for the love of the game and not just because they want to make a lot of money. And this would help to do that. People who would be able to take care of other sorts of bills might not feel as forced to take on a career just for the money. American life is also rooted in patriotism, which means helping out your fellow Americans in any way you can. Traditions can change. Maybe we're rooted in a civic tradition of earning, but we can change that. You can start the change by contacting your local representatives, asking them to introduce a UBI bill in your region, simply voting yes if it ever comes across your ballot. You can canvass, you can spread the word, or you can just consider the things that I've said. So thank you for your time.